Hey everybody, welcome to a packed house. That's right, it's as packed as it gets tonight, because I'm Cyphus, and over there is Roland.
Hello.
And over there is Ursinity.
Hello.
Like 1,000 miles east or something.
Is it that many miles?
It's a lot of
Because I could walk 1,000 miles through Earthsea.
I was gonna...
Yeah. And about 800 miles or so to the west, I got Proud.
Hey!
How you doing?
Off to a good start.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So this is not the DotPro Show.
No.
I don't know who wants to take point on explaining why there's no DotPro
Proud
Show.
honesty has always been your best policy.
Yeah, so I hate doing that show. I actually haven't watched Pro Dota in a while. I have so much shit going on, so like I kind of just phone it in every week and read results off Wikipedia, and obviously no one wants to listen to that shit. So we're done with that. That's just not gonna happen anymore.
Nice. See, he's great at being honest. He really is.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been hit up by a very small minority of people who thoroughly enjoy that show. To those of you who enjoyed the DotPro Show,
Ooh.
our apologies.
No one's told me.
Some people enjoy it, Proud. Shh. Okay, people enjoy it.
To those, we are sorry that you're not getting another round of DotPro Show.
It was killing Denny and Proud slowly, and we'd rather have them alive than dead.
Just PM me, and I will read you Wikipedia results on Discord. Like, then...
Yeah, well, we all know that, like, the result of this is that maybe the majority of people will like whatever we replace it with, but we'll still, like, a month from now get something that's like, boy, I really wish you guys said pro news. Like, that'd be really sweet.
Yeah.
And we'll, like, reconsider it a couple months later. And like, oh, maybe we could try something. And then like,
it's
we'll try
a good
it,
idea.
And we'll hate it.
So, if we're going to speak honestly, I was the one that was like, everyone's like, what should we do for a show? And we should just do this casual, like, all four of us on the show, and it'd be fun, and it'd be entertaining, and be light. They're like, no, we're missing pro news. And in theory, it's a great idea. In theory, it's a great idea. It does require...
Here's my take. You ready for my take?
I'm ready.
All right.
Take one.
If once we get to the point where we're actually like going to events and we have like interesting things to say and aren't just like, well, I read off Wikipedia that Ad Finem isn't doing very well, and I think they're just gonna crumble. Like once we're actually going to events and we have cool things to say, then we can do it. But until then, if our only unique perspective is that we have a link to Wikipedia, I feel like we just don't do it until that's not the case.
Yeah. Lots of people do
I
pro
couldn't agree
news.
more.
That's my prerogative. So here we are with four of us hanging out on a casual show to end the depressing note of like disappointing like a small subset of people.
So I will say, and this is pro related, that I was watching, and don't spoil it for me, and thank God we're not doing the pro show, so it doesn't have to be spoiled for me. I'll say the only benefit of the DotPro Show for me was that it got me watching more pro games, and now I am sort of hooked on it, and I do it a lot. I do it at work when I have downtime. But I listened to Proudland on Monday. Great show, both of you.
Thank you.
I thought the lever thing, so I was honest with Dan. I was like, the whole lever discussion was just garbage. And he's like, I was laughing out loud. I put that in the description. And so, but
it was entertaining.
It was funny. Proud's response, he was like, I use everything as levers. And I just had to talk for 10 minutes about it, I guess. I don't know.
So I listened to that episode, and you guys touched on the concept of maybe not having a team that has a solid initiator, right? Not having that roaming Slardar support or that Slardar offlaner with a QWE skill, one of the QWE skills being a good initiation tool. And then I watched game one of Complexity v NP from the DAC qualifiers, and Proudland was weighing heavily on my brain the entire time I was watching it, because that was the problem with the Complexity draft. Was that they had this lineup, and I should have pulled up before I even started talking about it. I should have pulled up the game so I could give you the exact
let me
draft.
go to Wikipedia and then I can read off their draft for you.
But it was precisely what you guys were talking about, And I even like sent Roland like every once in a while I have an epiphany while I'm doing doing Dota related things about what would be a great show, and then about 10 minutes later I go nah. But in the brief 10-minute period where I had the epiphany, I was going to text Roland and say, instead of doing a DotPro show, we should just analyze games that like analyze a single pro game that like elucidates whatever was talked about on a previous educational episode. Because that, like, I to a T, that is what was going on in that particular match.
Shouldn't have texted me. You should text Proud. I am only there to get him to talk. Like, I really like if you could probably write a pretty complex robot. It wouldn't even have to be that complex of a robot. You just preload it with basic information on what that episode's going to be about, and so long as it probes Proud into talking, I don't need to be there. Like, he's the one with the knowledge.
Which was it?
It was game 1.
What Serge you
wow,
said was
thanks. No one was like, "No, Roland, you're a good addition."
No,
to
you're
Proudland.
great. You're awesome.
You
I'm trying to get, come on.
You have great hair.
Is
Great
it DAC?
jeans.
Yeah, it's DAC. It was. Oh my god! I just said the two teams. Why?
Complexity MP.
Yeah, Complexity MP.
Yeah,
in the America qualifiers.
Your only initiation is this Bat Rider. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, so I mean, the
There's
specific
no
draft was Lone Druid, Abaddon, Oracle, Outworld Devourer, and Bat Rider versus a Dazzle, an Ember Spirit, an Ursa, a Spirit Breaker, and a Nyx. Yeah. And it was everything you guys were talking about, having somebody who is capable of initiating and getting back out. And not even just what you guys were talking about with regards to that being shitty when you don't have any sort of initiation, but also or any like reset, but also what you had to do in those situations, which is what you were seeing Complexity do. Unfortunately, not to much success, but they were looking for those individual pickoffs. They had to find somebody alone. That was the only thing. That was the only way they were going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Or to get any sort of kill. And it was just so that you guys know, you were in my head all day today thinking about as I watched that game.
I will take that as a huge compliment for me
all
getting
Valentine's
that out of
Day.
Proud.
That's what I want to hear.
All Valentine's Day, right. I was in Denny's head there. Yeah. And my wife is out of town, and it's just me and him in the shed. Yeah. Andrew's already moved out. What could happen?
All sorts of things.
Two boys on the mic in the shed. Never know what's going to happen.
My dog's out here, though, and I never perform any sexual act in front of him. So, if that's where we were going with that. Okay.
So, Proud, I have a question for you then, with all of that in mind. Are you just fucked when that happens? What do you do? Like, should that always be... and I get that we're talking about a pro team, but pros make mistakes, obviously. Complexity isn't going to DAC because of it, or partially because of it. Is it something that you should be doing? Should that be in the back of your mind at all times when you're drafting a team?
Yeah, it kind of depends. I mean, Complexity clearly had this whole, their idea here was okay. Like, they had enough initiation to get pickoffs, and then they had these two, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like they have Bat Rider, and then they picked two heroes that counter Bat Rider. I don't know if they were just, really, really upset that, maybe a lasso would get broken at any point in time. But they have, Abaddon and Oracle. They have two long-range, high-damage, sustain heroes. Lone Druid doesn't burst you down. OD doesn't burst you down. It's just as long as the fight goes, they do well. It's their idea behind the way that a fight could possibly go is decent, but they just can't take a 5v5. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a problem. If I ever don't have one support that has, a ton of lockdown or some casual lockdown, I view that as a pretty big error. I don't know. A lot of times pro teams go for these, very kind of weird strategies. I remember watching a Fnatic game where they just, Fnatic of, years past, with No Tails on it and shit. And, they just lost because they picked some kind of, Han lineup that had no team fight and was just, a bunch of weird single target damage, and they just lost because they couldn't do anything. And I always try to avoid that. That's kind of what Complexity ended up here. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the DotPro Show with Ursi and me.
I mean, I'm barely here.
I'm just trying to
I'm just kidding.
that was pertinent to a discussion that you two
it is.
have.
I know that you're trying to...
more than anything, just highlight... Like,
basically, the thing that I can't get out of my head is elucidate. What a word.
Thank
a
you.
good word.
Yeah.
College degree.
I am going to add that to my Rolodex. Elucidate, like to get...
To provide further detail and clarification or example of.
All right, yeah. That is a
Elucidate,
good
like to get.
word.
Wait for someone else to finish.
I'm definitely going to just tie it to get, like, let's go elucidate some of them Red Bulls.
About to elucidate
Go to
all
Domino's
these
and
bitches.
elucidate some pizza? Like, that's not...
No, yeah, like I said, with the Pro Show.
Oh man, we moved on.
And we talked about this. I
we're
go
not
in
done?
circles.
Yes.
I go in circles. But I want to say that...
joke. I missed my opportunity.
Oh, go for it.
Someone really should elucidate the definition of elucidate. Bam, easy. All right, continue talking about programs or whatever.
I think we're good with just
fact
3
that
people.
you allowed that. We knew it wasn't going to be that. We knew it wasn't going to be good, but I definitely
I just
had
felt like I
higher,
had to
higher
make it.
standards. Ugh. Well, you did. I didn't believe that. I've always thought more than 2 people on a show is too much. And we just recorded the Patreon exclusive episode, by the way, guys. I want to bring that up. If you're a patron, there's a Patreon exclusive episode. You have to be a patron to get it. It's just our little reward. It doesn't count toward downloads or anything for us. It's just for you guys. We got into the behind the scenes of starting Defense of the Patience.
Can you like outline the preferred way to listen to the Patreon show? Because I mean, we put out a show every weekday, right? So like, I feel like this one you're gonna need.
You have to go to
listen
Patreon to listen to it.
I mean, like.
Oh, you mean like
light
in the...
side.
Yeah.
Oh,
It should take priority over everything else.
Like, what room should I sit in
know,
when I'm doing this? Assuming that I have.
I would say in your library with a fire dimly lit. Okay. It casually on in the background.
A glass of Chardonnay, perhaps?
No, I was thinking more of a tobacco pipe.
Where is my
while it just sits there in
other
embers.
positioned in relation to my shag rug?
On
You
top.
could be either sitting on a shag rug or in a nice studded leather chair with gold studs. Okay.
Or brass?
And every once in a while, you'll stop and you'll look to the side, thinking, and then you'll continue puffing on your pipe.
And you'll say tut tut when you laugh at a joke.
But like I was saying, I've always been of the opinion that 2 is perfect, 3 is too many, 4 is way too many. A lot of people agree with this sentiment, but
We're
if you have
doing it anyway.
if you have respect for one another, okay, and you let other people talk,
Tell me what. That's a
or
song.
the, I would walk to her, see now, and I would walk to him. Right. No.
Really, the only issue I foresee here is that we now have 2 show hosts that sing randomly, and out of the 4 of us, and I might just commit.
Oh, and I heard proud that you're a mean karaoke machine.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a strong boy.
Dude,
Oh, yes.
I would karaoke contest you any day. You may win like best performer, but I would win closest to the song.
Okay.
Dude, you should do karaoke at like.
I want a karaoke
You have
fight.
some machines that rate you like out of 100, and like you get
Oh,
scored at the
shit.
end on your accuracy. Yeah. I don't
Dude,
think they do
but
that a ton in America though.
He could do a better basket case than me, that's for sure. From
I
Green
do,
Day,
I
that
do
was
my own
horrible.
flair. I don't fucking just do a fucking copy. I do a cover.
Yeah, it's called yelling.
It's called
I'm good at it.
You are great at yelling.
Okay. So I figured this time would be a great time to talk about our team stream team stream team. Or see, you say that correctly?
DotP Stream
your-
Team
your-
Team Stream.
DotP Stream Team Stream. And how poorly Cyphus is doing and how we can fix this. I think it's important that not only he gets constant and rigorous
Abuse.
treatment,
This is abuse.
Abuse
is the word you were looking for.
but we should also maybe highlight this on the show. But for real though, let's talk about weaknesses in from UNRC's point of view. UNRC are always on top.
Yeah.
Every game we've played, UNRC always have the highest KDA, GPM, XPM, whatever. You guys are always doing the best. regardless of the hero you're on.
I would hope
and
so.
me, Denny, and Grouty are either 3rd, 4th, or 5th, somewhere in there. What are we doing that is wrong? Because I will tell you that recording Proudland and asking what I was doing wrong helped me become better, and visualizing what you're doing wrong is a great way to implement it. And I'm not just singling you out.
I know.
I'm taking
just
it
waiting.
too.
I'm
taking it
That's
too.
all.
I would love to
Waiting.
know specifically. I mean, if we don't have to pull up Wikipedia, we can pull up our own Steam accounts here. What would you say these 3 games on Saturday? What were the big things?
I mean,
And now that we have Ursi and Proud here, I mean, it would be interesting to hear it from you guys.
I think this burden's actually way more on Proud because of our team dynamic. But I think the thing that I would say would be that it's a. I'm trying to make this not sound incredibly mean. It is.
You can't. No, this is your chance to be
go for
incredibly
it.
mean.
You guys
Like, serious.
need to do stuff on your own rather than getting told what to do, if that makes sense. And that kind of comes
it
with
does.
playing time, but it is a big difference between me saying, "Oh, I need a ward here," after I've already gotten ganked, or like to prevent myself
Having a word there.
rather than because like I don't think they do that right because I'm dealing with my own stuff rather than like the support knowing, okay, the enemy team is running Spirit Breaker and their mid is a Invoker, so they're going to dive me because I'm playing Lina like an idiot because that hero sucks and I hate it. But so you gotta have that awareness. So like basically you need to not get micromanaged. You need to like manage yourself more, and then like the more high level thought and like decision making and stuff that can come in later. But I don't know. I would say like just do things on your own. Like I wouldn't. I wonder if this is the dynamic in that like don't feel pressured to be like, oh, I don't know what to do, or like don't think you have to only do things we tell you to, because like as long as you're doing stuff, that's probably better than like putzing around like, oh, we can't stack because it's 2 minutes or whatever.
Cyphus, shut up.
I will say
Cyphus?
that there is an
Cyphus.
okay.
You gotta,
Yes, sir.
you gotta
Yes,
stop
Captain.
right now.
Yes, Captain. My
Gotta
Captain.
stop. All right.
Oh, Captain.
Here's my take on what Ursi just said. I think Ursi's mostly right, as he often is, 90% correct. But I wouldn't say it so much as, even if you can't, cause like, I mean, obviously you don't know what to do for yourself. Like, that's not, but what you can do is you know when you don't know what to do for yourself. So like, ask. Like, Cyphus, you don't fucking have vocal cords when we play, and that's a goddamn problem. Roland, you kinda do, but you only use them after you've made the decision. And that's also a problem. I want a lot more like, alright, what should I do right now? Or like, just if you don't know what to do or where you should be going, or need a little direction, like, I want to hear that. I don't want just like, oh, I died. Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. Like, let me know that. Like, I can tell you what to do. I like doing that. I'm a big fan of giving, orders and being like, like that, do this for me. And you'd be like, oh, yes, sir.
That usually is. I just remember it's like 30 seconds in and he's like, get out of the lane, Roland. And I was just like, cast away.
Well, and then when he yelled at you to get out of the lane, I was like, am I supposed to go too?
You're not supposed to aim your Proud. Yeah, you really don't want to. You're kind of a scary dude in game. Like,
No, I'll say no. It's not even that. It's not. That's
you're just. I listen to you. I listen to you in game.
Right. I think it's part of just kind of figuring out. Like I know I'm not doing shit. I know because I'm sitting there like a fucking deer in the headlights. I just don't want to fuck up. So I am.
You want to do the Captain Proud.
Right.
Same.
And I know that it's dumb to think that you'll be micromanaging on that level, but I suppose that, if I'm being honest, there was, I guess, a slight expectation going into it that was maybe what was going to be happening. I think as we play more, I'll definitely do more. I think it's funny that you bring up that I don't talk much because I fucking told Roland from the get-go, I was like, no, like I'm going to go into this. I'm just going to listen to what you have to say. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I haven't been playing support much lately, so it's actually it's weird to be at this stage in just even the podcast and say that I haven't been playing support lately because that was all I did.
I used to give you shit for Lion all the time. Like, all he does is play Lion. He doesn't play Dota. He plays Lion.
And it's so weird because I went for so long, even before 7.0, without playing support, and now getting into 7.0, like it probably, I didn't play my first support game in 7.0 until 7.01. So I mean, it's been that level of disconnect for me from supporting that, like, I get into it and it's like, Jesus, what do I do? Because when I'm playing solo queue, when I'm doing the MMR grind either on my main or when I'm getting into a game on the Smurf to try to recalibrate, I'm not playing anything but a core. Worst case scenario, I play an offlaner, and usually it's an underlord.
And you're playing like 5. 5 is very difficult this patch. I mean, you talk to Sir Fluffy Waffles, and he's like, "How the fuck do I 5 this patch?" And that's a fine question. I was playing a Jakiro game earlier in my solo ranked, and we had another support that wasn't a 4. It was like me and an AA, so we were kind of like both kind of 5s. Like neither one of us was a real roamer. We were just like a couple fucking like bottoms, like, all my wards, it's fine, sir. And then like, no, all my wards, it's fine. We were just like futzing about, not doing shit. Like, I want a 5 too, and it was just not. Yeah, and yeah, 5 is difficult when you have another support.
Well, I mean, and some of that's just, again, like, man, diving back into support in 7.0 and 7.02 especially of late, like, I look at that fucking map and I'm like, yep, don't know where I should go. Don't know what I'm gonna be doing.
It's hard, and also like
I just know when I don't want. All I know is it's so shitty. Like and I know I need to trust my instinct to some degree in that regard, so that I'm not a hindrance to you in lane. Because I know some of those games I've hung. I totally get this. I've hung around way too long. I've leached way too much XP from you in that lane. I am fully aware that is a problem that I've definitely got to correct. And I'll say that the only reason I know that is because I know when I want the supports to be gone in my lane. Like when I'm playing carry, like I know I want supports gone. Like it's good. I'm good. Go.
But sometimes you leave. Like I've noticed, and it's like you were needed to be there.
Sure.
And it's just it's a difficult thing. But if you put yourself in Proud's shoes, where you are a carry, you play mostly carry. How hard is it to like last hit, itemize?
Yeah, but it's not like Proud can't tell me he wants right, but it's not like
hard.
Proud can't tell me when he wants me back, and I can't get back in 30 seconds or less most of the time.
And he does a good job. You do a good job of that, Proud, with being like, in 30 seconds we'll do this, which is way better than, wow, I needed you now. Like I'd much rather have. I mean, obviously you're not a fortune teller. You can't foresee the future perfectly, but for the most part, you're good at saying we need you here now and at this point. As the roamer, I'm the one that's like...
See, and I would rather be doing that.
Yeah,
I frequently look... Yeah, I would much rather be doing that, because I feel like I
go to mid, to mid, and then everybody rotates bot, and it's like, what are you doing mid, Roland? It's like, I was told to do things on my own. I'm sorry.
Well, you and I... So, here's something else I've thought about, and I'll pitch it here. I've often wondered sometimes, when Josh and I were running solely support combos together, duos together,
gang squad,
it was really easy to just he and I communicate almost constantly about where we were moving, where something was going on, what we were doing, without interrupting the rest of the team, because it's he and I
didn't steal
together.
Experience either. I mean, if you recall, we were only in one lane at a time for a very short amount of time.
Yeah, we were wherever we were having the highest
get
impact.
An objective.
Yeah.
We were there to secure a kill, to harass somebody out, and then leave. We were not lingering.
Yeah. I wonder. There have been times where I wish what I could be doing is almost like being a separate channel with Josh, saying, okay, hey, I'm doing this, or oh, hey, I'm buying this ward and you can go place it, or hey, I'm doing, and then
because we do clog communication.
Yeah, because
that's
I know
what helps
clog
by playing in the same room.
Yeah,
because if we're playing in the same room, we can still hear everything that's going on. As Proud calling 30 seconds, we need everybody to the top shrine. Or
what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that sounds fine to me. I don't think you're going to cloud communication.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like every team I've ever been on, everyone has always done the excuse of like, well, I didn't say it because I didn't want to just like, dominate the conversation. And then everyone's just like, the issue is we have no conversation. You cannot dominate that which does not exist. Like, if you're not saying shit, don't worry about over communicating.
Especially as like early game supports, right? Because like Proud and I are going to be farming, and Grouty does whatever Grouty does, and
God knows, yeah, seriously.
Love you, Grouty.
Like maybe off lane, maybe he dies, maybe he doesn't.
Sometimes he's like, I'm gonna get a kill, and you see Grouty gets a kill, and sometimes he's like, I'm gonna die, and it's like, Grouty just died, and that's basically Grouty on the team for the laning stage, at least.
Yeah. But you can cloud comms a bit like late game, and that can become an issue if you're like the 5 and the 4 or whatever. But in general, like for that first 15 minutes or so, like you guys saying, okay, hey, what are you doing, Roland, or hey, what are you doing, Cyphus? Like, oh, hey, let's go mid. Like that's productive. And that's also, like, even though it is a 2-person conversation, it is still information for the rest of us to, like... I mean, as much as, like, I try to keep myself aware of my minimap and where my teammates are, on the same page, it is nice to not have to do that and just hear, okay, my supports are going to be rotating to top, or they're going to be rotating mid, or they're going to be staying bottom to fight, like, yada, yada, yada. That's my point.
I guess we could clog lane.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we clog
Well,
lane
and you can
phase
tell us
comm?
to shut up, and we'll shut up.
Yeah.
I make that vow here to talk more moving forward.
I would love to do Arc Warden Ancient Apparition, I'll tell you that much. That was so much fun. I don't know if it's still as good, but Arc Warden AA
Never gonna
was
pick
so
Arc
fun.
Warden. Throwing that out there right now. He's a really fucking bad hero.
He got nerfed a lot,
He's like
so...
really bad.
He just got buffed. He just got double.
But we accomplished so much. We can accomplish the same amount, if not more, with
we did,
Venge AA.
No, we did
Or
Lion AA. We did Earthshaker AA.
Sorry, say again.
I just say you could do just as much with a good hero,
Yeah.
if not more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lion AA worked out.
Well, we can
a
do
lot.
it. We can do the gang squad, but like he's
With
right.
any
Like
two heroes,
we found that we liked that combo because we had damage over time with cold feet. We had damage with Lion, your son, and that massive slow, and a little bit of damage with Flux with Arc Warden.
Mm-hmm.
Like those elements still exist in other heroes that would serve better purposes further down the road. I mean, it'd be just as vital. It'd be just as good if we were doing that with Lion Venge. And you were giving that, damage aura to the team on top of it. And we had a nuke on the Lion, things that we aren't necessarily going to get on that AA Arc Warden combo.
The cool things that we did, though, that I remember very fondly about the Gank Squad that we so aptly named, is because how it's really just proper play, is what we could have called it. We both prioritized mana boots, and we both made sure to pop into safe lane and then both hit our mana boots. And like all of a sudden, our Spectre, who has 0 mana, now can haunt and dagger.
Or Sven went from no stun to 2 stun potential.
Yeah, like God Strength stun or something like that.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was a big strength. Also, we would talk a lot more about the items we were building.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
it'd be like, okay, you're getting Force Staff, I'm getting Mech. Or or we're both getting Force Staff.
Maybe we
because
just need to start
to.
queuing together and doing more support runs.
Oh, I'd love to on my main account, and just
me too,
practice that, just move like general movement, because I feel like we could definitely do pretty well if we got that down. And I agree, if we're not talking during laning phase, I mean, it's Proud pretty much being like, Roland, get out of here. Cyphus, let's go on this guy. Cyphus, let's go on this guy. But if we're already going on that guy, you don't need to tell us. You know what I mean? If we can judge, like Ursi said, and not be micromanaged.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, there are still elements where, like, I appreciate. And I mean, this something else you talked about in Proudland. But I mean, I appreciate like delineating in advance the course of attack, like, or the order of process that we're going to utilize, like the
here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great moment. Like, and that was in fact, I'll tell you that you were, I think on Proudland, you even said, oh yeah, like you guys tried to kill him a couple of times, but you couldn't. No, sir. That was the first time.
Oh, really?
That fucking happened. Proud outlined, this is what we're going to do. And that was the first kill in that lane.
I think it was
precisely
I think it was First Blood too. Maybe it was cool though. I remember, but there was a discussion leading up to it, and I guess that's why I thought maybe there were failed attempts, because I wasn't necessarily watching super
No, I mean,
closely.
it was literally Proud saying, so you're going to start channeling, I'm going to stun, you're going to release when my stun's off.
Yeah.
And that was what we did, and it got the kill.
And Darkseer is a slippery fuck. Like I've always labeled Darkseer as the guy you can never kill, but he can never kill anybody else, which is totally wrong.
Is like the hard counter to that. Not only can you purge the shell, but you can also like root him. That also purges his speed boost. That's why it was so easy. But we had to just do it correctly, right? Like there's not a lot of damage between Sven and Oracle unless you get them in kill range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then that was the game I was on Dardar, I believe, and Ursi was Invoker. Didn't you play Invoker that game?
I played
Ursi?
probably. Yeah, I played Invoker, and then I played Lena, and then I played OD, right? If I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because Invoker Sven's classic, and Invoker Slardar is dope. And Invoker, like, I'm trying to relearn how to play because, like, he sucks. He sucked for like a while, and he like his mana costs are all so different now. It's really like you got to reacclimate yourself completely to the hero. It's brutal.
Yeah, it seems like mana management is the big thing with Invoker. I feel like before on Invoker you could just blah 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 blah
Yeah,
all the time, and now it's like Sunstrike. I'm out of mana.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy, I wasted a cold snap. My lane is lost.
Yeah.
So I also feel like I need to start spamming some supports again because that's the other thing is like there, you know, I probably get an opportunity to play 15 to 20 Dota games a week, and that's on a good week. That's a good week of Dota. At the current rate, maybe 3 of those are the 3 we're playing are my support games. So I know I need to start spamming those. Who should I spam?
Rubik.
Tell me what to do.
Rubik.
You okay.
People,
Rubik.
You Rolands and you Cyphuses of the world, and I'm sure Proud will agree with this. You guys need to play Rubik. Rubik. Like he's just the perfect hero, and like he's just about always good. You can just first to him, like you can first pick him, you can do anything with him, like he's really not hard. Like I feel like you guys are overrating like the amount of skill and like difficulty that Rubik entails. You can play Rubik.
I'm just bad at staying back. That's basically it.
So play a hero that punishes you for not staying back, and then you'll learn to stay back, right? Like
Sniper, I guess.
It's like it's so there are all these. I find this a lot with players. Like a guy I was playing with the other day is a friend of a friend who was like, "Yeah, I like playing carry, but I only play melee carries." And I've met a decent amount of people that are like that. Like they just, and I suppose I kind of have this to a lesser extent, where like for a long time I just hated playing strength heroes. Like I would not play strength carries. Like I still don't play a lot of strength carries, but that like it reinforces the things that you're weak at, right? If you just avoid it. Like if you're like, oh, I'm bad at staying back, so I just never play any hero that can't go full forward. Like I only play Ogre Magi because I'm bad at staying back. Like that's not you're not gonna get better at Dota. You're just gonna become a player that continues to not be able to play anything but Ogre Magi, right?
And I mean, think about how I play and the heroes I play. It's like I'm not in their face. I'm like past their face. Like they're behind me. I'm so far. Like I've dove so far.
Yeah.
Like I just dived so far that I'm like, oh my god, I passed them. Fuck. Yeah. Oh god, I need to turn around and get them now. But the tower, the tier 3, tier 2, and tier 1 are all attacking me as I'm trying to get them, and they're in the river. Yeah. It's been tough. It's definitely been a really fun learning experience, though. So if you guys recall, when we first talked about starting the team stream or the stream team, we were like, we'll maybe do a tournament, and you were like, no, we will not do. We'll maybe play an amateur tournament, and you said, no, we won't. You guys will get crushed. Is this absolutely still what you think, or do you think that we could get to that point?
I think we could get to that point, but I firmly am of the opinion that if we play in a tournament, we will get absolutely crushed, and it will not be fun, nor will it be informative to either of you.
Can we
Here.
just do it anyway?
Why? Why do you want to do it?
It's like I want to have money on the line.
I know you can already have some money on the line.
Yeah, like there's nothing on the line if you play in a tournament. It's like, okay, we lost. Who cares? Let's go pub. Like, I mean, I imagine
money's only on the line if you think you're gonna get it.
Like, say that again, Brad.
Said money is only on the line if you think you're gonna get it. Like if I get invited to play mid on EG at TI7, nothing is on the line because we're just gonna fucking lose.
Yeah.
But would you still accept?
Yeah, are you fucking dumb?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
You get your part of the 16th place winnings, right?
Yes, but which has no outcome on whether or not I play to my fullest or not. Either way, it's going to be a shit stomp.
The funny thing is, he wants to go into a tournament, and we have 6 games together.
We've won 5 of them.
We've won 5?
Yeah, we've won 5. We only lost 1.
Did we lose?
No, we lost one. We lost
that last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where Roland was playing, so it's not super.
I was playing
surprising.
Rubik. I could never steal Tidehunter. I could never steal Ravage.
Like, that's just icing on the cake, right? That's what I was getting at. Is like, you don't need to steal the Tidehunter Ravage, but if you do, that's great. Like, I mean, if we really wanted to, we could play a Battle Cup, but like using that as an example, you guys get pulled up into Tier 6 Battle Cup, which is 3 tiers above what either of you play in. Or, I mean, Roland, you're probably in Tier 4.
I'm in Tier 5.
You're in 5? Are you in 4 or 5, or are you in 5?
4 or 5. 4 or 5.
Yeah. Yeah, so either way, like, you guys are getting pulled up a good deal, and like, that would be similarly not fun for anybody. It's just like the brutal honesty.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It's like when you're playing in a stack with people that are significantly higher or lower than you, and you just have to realize your place in the totem pole. And man, I wish I didn't use that reference. It's like you just have to realize where you are and adjust your play and be like, okay, realistically, I'm 1,000 MMR player and I'm playing with a stack of my 4K friends. I probably shouldn't play safe lane carry, or like I probably shouldn't play mid. Like, you just have to take that into account. And it's the same thing where like we can have a lot of fun playing, but like as of now, we can't even play on our main accounts, right? Like we can't even play ranked Dota because of the skill disparity, right? So I think we just need to take it as is, and then, you know, a few months from now
I'll
or
give
something.
You mangy fucks.
Can we outline what we need to do?
Yeah, that's what this one ultimatum does. Jesus.
Okay, awesome.
Here I am.
Okay,
trying
go.
to solve your
Go.
issues. Fucking talking down me.
Term.
Elucidate it, man.
Yeah, let me elucidate this one with my
We need to
ultimatum.
elucidate some of them more.
My penultimatum, because no one uses penultimate correctly. Okay, so here we go. Here we go, friends. I have to think about what I'm gonna say, so I'm just gonna stall. Anyway, yeah, if you guys like actually play pubs together and increase Cyphus's MMR, I don't care about Roland's. Roland's here just can drop, but as long as Cyphus's MMR goes up in a party sense, of course, and like you guys get a sense of each other, and you can like go into a game and tell me what you want to play, then like maybe we'll think about a battle cup. But until like you guys even know what hero you want to play, I don't want to fucking responsible for your mangy bums.
We like
Are we more of a problem than Grouty? Me and Denny?
yes.
You ever looked at Grouty?
course.
There's no issues with Grouty. Grouty is like a perfect angel who's just slightly inadequate in every way, but beyond that, he's a perfect angel.
Yeah, Grouty's the bomb. God.
Sorry,
One-
Grumbo.
I'm kidding. I love
Shaking
Grouty.
his head.
He has
I
a-
love Grouty.
Grouty's
I
like
love
the best
Grouty,
player on
too.
the team.
Grouty, almost all my
No, he's
conversations
not,
with
but he's a
Grouty-
good person.
The best person.
He's
on
a
the team.
great person, but he's not a good at Dota 2 guy.
So okay, I'll say the reason I guess I know we're not in captain's mode and whatnot, but I assumed you would be drafting, and that's why I've not like gone into a match and told you like I feel like playing this hero. More than anything, like I guess my thinking was I should play just whatever the fuck Proud tells me, so that I can start getting some experience on heroes that he would like to utilize in a draft. Do you feel so? But I feel like from this conversation, maybe you would rather I was telling you the heroes I felt most proficient with, as instead of becoming proficient with the ones you'd rather me play. Does that make sense?
So that makes perfect sense, but it doesn't actually really address what I'm coming at. So my issue isn't so much that you're not telling me what you want to play. It's that you don't have any heroes that you feel like confident on. So if I do need to tell you what you need to play until you feel comfortable on the heroes that I want you to play, that's fine. But like, you know, if I said, oh yeah, I want you to play Jakiro, and then next week you're like, yo, give me Jakiro again. I'm really good at it now. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Not like, you know, oh, okay, you want me to play Jakiro. Just so happens I'm comfy on him. Like, if you want to just get comfy on the heroes that I like, that's fine. But until you're actually comfy on them, doesn't matter. Like, you know how many games of Lone Druid I have? They're like 700. Do you know how many games of those he was actually viable for? Like 100. Maybe a seventh of the game, but I still fucking play him in, you know, like my competitive matches just because I'm so comfy on that Lone Druid. So like, obviously if you don't already have 700 games of whatever out of meta hero, I'm not too interested in picking it for you. But that's kind of that's like step 2 in the process. Step 1 is just, I want you to have heroes that you like and are good at and like want to play. Whether or not they're heroes I like is irrelevant. If you don't have any heroes that you like and are, good at or whatever, then start with those. But like, until you have a hero that, is like a comfort pick for you, I'm not really interested in trying to like get you to, rise to the occasion. Like step 1 is comfort heroes. Step 2 is playing them. Same with Roland.
So
you're kind of good with Slardar.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not Slardar. Okay. Thank you. I'll take it as a compliment. And that's not it, I would say, but we can move on.
What's your comfort hero then? What's your comfort 4?
My comfort 4 would be, I would love to play a Nature's Prophet 4. And I've played Nature's enough that I know he's garbage, but I know that I could come in and sprout. I know that I could buy boots. I know that I could do a lot of things on Nature's. I feel like I could actually make a pretty big impact on Nature's.
I'd actually be
playing him in a 4.
Yeah, we could pick it. I mean, I had my harebrained mid Nature's Prophet that I tried a game or two of. So the hero sucks. I agree with you there. But we're not playing at like such a level that like playing super optimal top tier heroes is like vital to winning, right?
Yeah.
It is an advantage, but.
I think it'd just be good if because Proud often is like, need you here now, and I have the tendency to wander, and Nature's Prophet can definitely just get me there. Yeah, coming.
TP scrolls also get you there. This is the thing with supports that, like, the easiest way to get better at supporting. I buy TP scrolls. Well, when I'm getting ganked mid, it doesn't appear that way. People
it's using them. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. My supporting got infinitely better and I would honestly contribute this to probably I would say it's probably like 400 MMR I gained off of solely just the fact that I play heroes when I'm supporting, especially 5s, and I just buy a TP as soon as humanly possible. And I know as a support player, the mid's going to get ganked at certain points. Like, okay, you have 2 mids, like it's Sniper versus Invoker. Neither of them are going to get runes, which means the supports are going to go for runes, which means there's a good chance that your mid is going to get ganked every 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes.
4-minute mark turns nighttime, your mid gets ganked.
Exactly, right? Like, it's like, the game we lost, they had a Night Stalker off lane. Actually, I lost this game with a different stack. But they had a Night Stalker off lane, and it turned to the 8-minute night. He soaked, he got a ton of farm and XP the first night. 8-minute night happened, and of course, he just ganked immediately, right? And that's just going to happen. So, I would definitely say that if you will gain at least 500 MMR as a support player, if you just start playing heroes that have stuns and carrying a TP, and the second your mid gets ganked, even if he doesn't say anything, just pay attention. TP in, telekinesis, fissure, whatever. Use Skywrath slow, use a silence, use anything. Use Shadow Demon Egg. Tree Trap. Tree Trap's honestly fine too. But just
I'm thinking as far as gank squad,
so vital.
It's good. I think Nature's could fit into that role. As far as and I know that I will be able to get gold on a Nature's Prophet too. Like in that downtime, and placing wards. I know that that's been the big thing. Like my Treant Protector, I wasn't like the reason Treant Protector places wards, and I understand this, and I understand it even more clearly now since Proud's told me, is you get deep wards because you're invisible and you can get really good vision with Treant. That's why he's going to place the wards. I think the same is true with Nature's Prophet. I can buy a TP so I can teleport in and then teleport out. And just bam, there's a great ward. And then in 15 seconds, I have another teleport ready to go. So I'd really like to try that. I think that would be strong. I feel like my map control, or not map control, map presence is good. I'm good at looking around. Whether I'm good at acting, that's another thing. Yeah. But as far as I know if you're about to get gone on Ursi, but for some reason the idea of me teleporting mid and helping you it like doesn't even occur to me for some reason. It's like, no, I'm supposed to be down here with Proud, even though you're dying and I could stop that from happening. Me being down here soaking experience is way better, I'm pretty sure. And that's just once again
I feel like a Roland who can be anywhere at any time is going to try to, because like Roland is a player that if he's ever given an opportunity to do anything, he'll try to do it to like the fucking nth degree. So like if you can, like, I'll be being ganked like 1v3 and then you'll TP in and like drop a tree trap that does literally nothing and then also die. That's what I see happening.
Well, let's try it. I feel like
I'm willing to try it. I'm just letting you know, like,
yeah.
the biggest sin that you have is like trying to go above and beyond and be the hero when like a tree trap is not a heroism tool.
I know. I really do. I do go for, like you've said, I think you first noted it on my Storm Spirit. I'm going for flashy shit. I'm going for look at that. That was badass.
Yeah,
and maybe I get one of those a game. Yeah, maybe no backup. Maybe I get one a game, or maybe I get one every 3 games, but I die 50 times trying to get that one time. And you can equate that to poker. Like, you can equate that to my poker play as well. I'll say that it's something that I've been trying to curb for almost 3 years now. Okay.
Yeah, Roland, I can't flame poker, so I'm just gonna have to flame you.
Yeah. But, like, what surprises me with this is that you say that, and yet you don't play team fight heroes, in my experience, playing with you and watching your games. Like, when I think of those kind of like big playmaker people, I'm like, oh boy, I bet they play Magnus and Enigma. And I know you have a dark history with Enigma, but like, that's just something that like I see you try to make these big plays on like single target heroes with like a very small chance of success, but you're like, man, if this works, it's gonna be sick.
Like brain sap.
Yeah.
Brain sap into Fiend's grip. Nightmare
myself.
That should be Gang Squad. Like, you guys should just play like Bane Marana.
Bane is so
or,
good.
Or like Shadow Demon Marana. Honestly,
Dibs Marana. Dibs Shadow Demon.
People have still been picking
I'll
Shadow Demon.
play Shadow Demon.
I love
Yes,
Shadow Demon.
I got complimented on my Shadow Demon when me and Proud played. All right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Was it because you disrupted Proud and killed people with Proud?
No, I even screenshot the conversation. It was that game you and I played Proud last week when it was just you, me, and Roland, and he bailed on that third game. I don't know if I even told you this. The other team was having a chat about whether or not you were actually 5K or whatever. But, you know, in the post game, they didn't realize they were talking in post game as opposed to the party chat.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went ahead and mentioned that he thought I was a pretty high skill Shadow Demon.
Nice.
Does that?
But only because I saved them from a couple of AA ults. Like, it really wasn't.
Oh yeah, no, it was good. There was a lot
That's
of,
like an AA ult was coming in and you disrupted him?
An AA ult, I twice saved. An AA ult hit our Weaver at one point, and then, I disrupted him so that he didn't shatter, and then the same happened to the Luna. It cut, like,
so, like, that 3 seconds was enough to save him from shattering or whatever?
Yeah.
That is cool.
So that was... Yeah.
That's actually, like, the type of plays I'm going for.
Yeah.
I would take that.
I felt like a god.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I want to feel, kind of.
Yeah,
I play video games to feel like a god. What?
This is saying who lives and who dies. That's what Cyphus was deciding with his disruption.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter, though, because Proud was like, we're going to win a game, so I'm going to play Lone Druid.
We did lose.
Yeah, we lost one
of those.
Yeah.
Or no, I think we may have. No, we lost both,
two.
and you guys won one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We lost both. Yeah.
What did I play?
I was so out of it. I like wasn't there. Like I was not even alive.
Yeah.
Those
Oh,
games.
I know. I got to play safe lane carry with your. No. This is how you do things on Sand King.
Caustic finale.
Yeah, it was really awesome having all of my enemy creeps caustic constantly so that I couldn't figure out which one I was going to last hit.
And
it was a blast.
And if you last hit one, the others die in domino effect. That's what I'm supposed to do, Sam.
Yeah,
dude.
in your own fucking lane.
In your own lane.
Not in mine.
Go away. When you're off lane, not disrupting the carry's farm.
It was bad.
It's
Dude,
just like,
I was taking so much creep damage.
And then you fucking bailed, and all you did was push my wave up to their tower and then bail. Like that was all, and then I had no fucking farm. It was the best. It was oh my god! I just wanted to strangle you.
I was like, I felt so justified. I was like, Proud told me to get caustic, dude. It's good. Like, and I think what Proud meant is like, go right click them. Like go right click the enemy, not like try and get the creeps to explode all over their faces like you do with Offline Sand King. Yep, I was taking all this damage from creeps and enemy heroes, and I almost died. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Shut up, bitch! I'm higher MMR. I'm higher MMR. You can't say anything." And it's like, It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I've been playing on my other account, my 2K account, because I may as well just be drinking and playing Dota because I've lost the last 5 games. I've lost or maybe 6. I think I've lost 150 MMR on my main Smurf. My high
Wow, sounds stressful.
And so I went and played 2K Dota thinking like, all right, yeah, I'm going to just go wreck. Granted, we won, but it was not because of me. And they like, if I would have went in there and been like, I'm 3.5K, they would have been like, ha, yeah, right, dude. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
I didn't show. But I don't do that.
I mean, that happens. Like, I even lost a game. I played like a really casual solo queue game on my like high threes account that I've been playing for team practice. And I even lost that game. I was like, dude, I'm 5K, don't worry about it. And then we just got like snipered. And I was like, my incompetent children that are my teammates cannot like deal with this problem. So like, you just lose games sometimes.
Do you guys, does it ever dawn on you that maybe you're kind of douchey for going into games and saying, I'm 5K?
Oh, I don't do that in general.
Why not just like show that you're 5K? I'm just wondering. I'm going to ask like a point blank
Proud
question.
only mentioned that he was 5K in that Lone Druid game because the other guy was trying to explain that he would be calling all the shots because he was 4.2K.
Oh, and then Proud. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you got 800 MMR,
I only say I'm
5.
5K. Like if someone is trying to take the lane that I'm trying to do, like especially if it's mid, like if I want to play mid, or like, you know, they're all trying to take core or whatever. Like, and this is mostly when I'm just like queuing with you or Cyphus, Roland. Like if I need to win a game to improve your MMR, like I will say I'm 5K because speaking truth to get a win doesn't seem like much of a sin to me.
Yeah,
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Like,
and
So
I
why
was
would I be
wondering.
playing on my Smurf if I'm not going to mid? Like what is the, like I'm not going to just do things for no reason.
yeah.
Dude, we've seen your Omni Knight. Your Omni Knight got you to 5K. It's excellent.
My Omni
But there's
What's that have to do with
the
anything?
testament to why supports don't win games at lower skills. That even a 5K
That's-
support
That's not
doesn't
true.
feel comfortable.
It's just easier to win games at playing a core if you are vastly above the skill level of the people you're playing against.
Yeah.
Man, there's been such like a resurgence in the like supports are terrible at climbing, everything sucks for support players stuff on
I've been at the
DotP
epicenter
content.
of that, dude. I've been at the epicenter of that.
I've
Roland
even
is
had
the
to, like,
manager at the rumor mill regarding
yeah,
supports.
I even had to like concede because it is true. If you are vastly better than people in your game, you are going to be more advantaged by playing a core position. But like, man, we've had like 2 weeks of Q&A Tuesdays where it's just been like, yeah, supporting sucks. Don't ever do it if you ever want to climb MMR or do anything with your life. Like, dude, this sucks.
It's pretty close. That's
also
pretty
'cause, like,
close.
I've not been playing support recently, so like I need to channel all my like love of support into like my random unranked games or into like podcasts. But then I get like all these people that are like, well, I play in 1.5K and if I try to support, there's just like X, Y, and Z problems. It's just like, man, I get it, but like you can't just disparage all supports forever.
And here, like, yes, if you are RTZ and you're playing on a 1K Smurf, the fastest way to climb will be to play a mid or some certain safe laners. But I mean, if you're a 5K player and you're playing at 4.5K, support is going to be fine for climbing, if not like better than a lot of core.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or if you're like 3K and or like if you are in 2.5K, you play a lot of unranked, and so you're effectively 3K, let's say, just to guesstimate, that's what I've always said, right? Is that support is great to climb if you are ballpark close to your MMR, like your proper MMR. Like if you are, let's say, a 4750 player and you're 4500, you're gonna have a great time climbing a support. But if you're playing core, like you might have some issues, right? Because you might like get played against those 5Ks in mid lane and then you'll just get rolled.
And a lot of it is based on the supports that you play, right? Like if you play,
Very
if you're playing Dazzle, like Dazzle's not a great hero to take advantage of your skill. A hero like Ogre Magi or Lion or Night Stalker, Slardar,
Rubik.
5
Always
Ogre, yeah, Rubik, Lion, Venge is a great one. Fucking Venomancer. Oh my god, I love Venomancer. But like, Jakiro's a support I play a lot, but I don't think Jakiro is a great hero to like, take an advantage off of, you know? Like, if you're mid and you're better than the other players, like, I wouldn't pick, let's see, like, what's a hero that's not actually like, very good. Like, I wouldn't play Dragon Knight if I'm 7k in a 5k game, right? Because I can just, like, you know, what if my team... Like, Dragon Knight needs to do well with his team, right? He's not OD. And there are a lot of supports that are similar to that. So, like, if you're picking Dazzle, and you're like, oh man, I can't climb with Dazzle, like, I mean, yeah, you probably won't climb that fast with Dazzle. Like, you're not... It's not going to highlight your skill that much. It's just going to help you emphasize your teammate.
Yeah,
I agree.
Makes sense.
I agree.
I mean, really,
Right.
the crux is just you guys need to play Rubik.
Yes, sir.
Everyone should just play
I,
Rubik.
I will start playing.
We started
some
the
Rubik,
show that
yeah.
way, and we'll end it that way. We'll play Rubik.
All right, I am going to close this out because we're about an hour. If you guys want to find us, defenseofthepatients.com, tweet at us at .p_show. Visit us on a little page we like to call patreon.com/defenseofthepatients because you can listen to the new Patreon episode. It's out now.
And it helps
It was long.
big time.
It was good.
Please,
I had a ton of fun
please,
recording it.
please. Yeah, we just recorded a 2-hour-long episode. It went into the deep depths of how we started .p and Ursi's involvement in that, Proud's involvement in that, a lot of people's involvement in that. So,
Yeah.
any amount donated will give you access to the
And
Patreon exclusives.
Even a
You
dollar.
patrons out there, yeah, even a buck. Every patron has access to it right now. It's you just go to patreon.com/defenseofthepatients. I'm trying to figure out that buggy RSS link.
There's a player built in. There's a player built into.
But it's supposed to allow you to like copy that RSS link and put it in like whatever your favorite podcast app is.
Yeah.
And then be able to, listen to it that way. But it's not functioning perfectly just yet, but we're going to get it there. Let's see. What else did we want to hit? Leave us a review on iTunes. That is another huge help. We have a new one on there that hasn't populated yet, but I can assure you that as soon as it's there, Roland will see it.
I refresh iTunes like 14 times during this show. I was hoping it would come up. So yeah, I'll see it the second it's posted from iTunes.
If you are a patron and you are listening to this, you've got to hit up Ursi. You got to let him know what you want your replay analysis to
Ursi
be.
isn't just the guy to
I
do
know,
it, though.
but
it's everybody is asking Ursi.
hit us up at
and-
defenseofthepatients@gmail.com. Yeah.
You did make that offer.
That's right.
$5 or more for the month of February, I guess.
I actually
And
just
you'll
changed it
get
to
a player
anybody
review.
contributing to the Patreon. I mean, it doesn't really make a
Whoa.
difference.
You your services aren't like you must be really bad at replay reviews.
Well,
Willing to offer
no, to be fair, like a lot of people just don't take advantage of the thing. But that being said, actually, a lot of people watch the Patreon that they watch replay reviews are not patrons, so it's good content regardless. So if you are not a patron, rest assured there will be plenty and plenty of replay reviews. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a ton this weekend, just for a timeline for people. I have 6 on the docket right now.
So hit us up, send us an email if we haven't heard from you yet. If we don't hear from you, we can't do it. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
And we need match IDs, and they need to be within the last 10 days, and preferably even sooner, because sometimes I forget to send it to Ursi for like a day
Or just
two,
send us a
so.
BEM file. Like you can go into your files if you've already downloaded the replay and just send us that, and like you can watch a replay from like pretty much any time.
Or just donate $1 and listen to that Patreon episode. So
That was really good.
Again,
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was a blast.
It was a really
lot
fun
of fun
show
to
to
do.
record. Yeah.
Look forward to having Proud on a future one. Look forward to just recording more of those in general. They are fun to do, and it was cool to end an episode without doing all the plugs.
Yeah, we were just like, goodbye.
Farewell, patrons. Okay, did I miss anything? YouTube.com/.ptv1, Twitch.tv/.ptv. Tonight are the in-houses, the .p in-houses.
Yes.
Go to discord.gg/.p to join up in our Discord and get involved in those. Watch the Twitch to find out when the lobbies are going live. The password's always .p as soon as they are. Mr. Grumbo, the fifth man, the man with the most deaths. You heard about him here on this episode. He's the one who runs them. And then, of course, the Sunday stream team, dream leam.
You've just seen way too many times. Yeah.
Stream team.
Team, stream, team.
That happens at 5 p.m. Eastern every Sunday. So you can tune in for that live, or you can just go to youtube.com/.ptv1 to watch the repost of those team streams. So,
Right.
What kind of one is that?
What kind of one? What?
Numerical.
Oh, it's a numerical one. Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
numeric.
Stop.
Not a Roman
It's not
numeral.
I got you.
It's not .ptvone. It's .ptv1 numerical.
Yeah, this isn't
1.
ESL1. This is .ptv numerical 1.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Don't type the numerical.
Yeah, don't type numerical.
It means.
Okay, guys, let's walk them through this step by step.
Okay.
So you go
Register
YOU.
.ptv numerical 1.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't just have it redirect.
Yeah.
That could
Okay.
be like
All
our
right.
parody.
That's it would be a good parody
It
channel.
would.
All right, that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, this is Cyphus for Roland, for Ursinity, and Proud, saying good luck.